welcome to Talks with Lakeisha. I am your host, Dr. Lakeisha James. You guys know this is my show 6 of the 2nd season. I'm so excited that I made it to this show. So excited that I have a great guest that I'll be introducing to you later. But do you guys see my friend here? Now, I know you guys are used to seeing my centerpiece with my books that I published and then other books like my centerpiece. But today I have a friend here that's actually we're going to be talking to later. He's going to do it in activation. So very excited about that. But before we get into that, have you guys seen the movie Megan? It came out last year in 2022. My daughter and I saw it, I want to say maybe a couple of months ago. It's about a robot that became really best friends with this little girl. She was like relying heavy on the little girl. So that's what we'll be talking about today. The topic is AI. If you guys know what that is, I'm sure you guys do. It's artificial intelligence, humanoid robots, and coding. So my guest, he is an expert in that field. We're going to delve into my little friend, the one that he programmed, and everything that he does when it comes to robots, humanoid robots, AI, and coding. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you my guest. I'm completely stoked about this, Dr. Elliott Heflin Jr. I'm so excited that you are here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You know what, we met, and I think we had a conversation like, did we ever meet? Because I know we're friends on Facebook.
Yeah, we just passed by at the time.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm very excited that you got the opportunity to be here on my platform today.
Yes, of course.
Absolutely. And I know we're going to talk about your friend here because he keeps staring at me because I know you say he likes sounds and stuff.
Yes, he activates by sound and light.
Sound and light. Mm-hmm. Hey. So what I want to do, I want to just start off and just tell everybody, because I'm sure a lot of people may know what AI is, artificial intelligence, and some may not. And I think when we had the conversation, I was like, when I go into the grocery store, I see these computers and they're speaking back, and like Siri, Alexa, and then I think it's another one, Google something. They're like, kind of like, that's like an artificial intelligence thing, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It actually is. It's part of, you can say it's a subset of artificial intelligence. What they call it is text-to-speech or speech recognition. So when you go to the grocery store, whatever, it's actually programmed. It's programmed already to receive your barcode or your QR code.
A polar bear toenail.
So he's just going to respond to anything I say. So you guys just bear with me.
Yeah, bear with us. He's going to be here. You guys get to meet him later. So. It's okay. So I know, like, even with the Bluetooth in our car, they're like, when they listen to our voice and say, call such and such, they automatically call such and such.
That's voice recognition. And what it does, when you speak into the car, it goes in and retrieves the data. Say, for instance, if I say, call Lakeisha James, it's going to look for Lakeisha James inside my database. And once it connects to her on the database, it's going to call. So.
Okay, you guys knew that? And this has been going on for years, but I think now, since we're in 2023, I think the grocery stores and a lot of these retail giants are really moving the humans out and pulling these computerized programs in. So, are they any threat to us?
I'm glad you brought that up. No.
Okay.
And I want to stress it to people that yes, your job might change. Listen to the key word. Your job might change. That means that you're going to have to elevate your skill. That means that you're going to have to learn another skill. And I'm pretty sure, even though I've been out the loop of working for someone else, probably for about 20 years, I still want to let you know that they still give you a warning. They still tell you, you have 6 months before we implement this program. So it's up to you as an individual to learn the technology. Because one thing that, contrary to popular belief, one thing, computers are dumb. They only rely on human beings. So a human being would never be taken out the equation. Never taken out the equation. His job role would just change.
Interesting. I heard that computers are dumb. They only tell, when we tell them to do something, they do it. That's interesting. So, yeah. And you say, so they're removing people, but the people just have to step up their game.
Basically.
So
Yes.
if they don't, they'd be without a job.
just to simplify it, to bring it to layman's term, say for instance, we'll go back in history a little bit. We'll go back in history. They used to ride horses, okay? A guy was very great at riding horses, but he didn't have a clue on how to drive a car. But that was a transition, so he had to learn the skill of driving a car. It didn't replace a driver. It just made him elevate his skills to a different technology. And that's all the robot is doing.
That's all the robot is doing.
That's it.
So why artificial intelligence? Do you think it's necessary?
Yes, I think it's necessary because it makes it frees us up to do other things.
I didn't think about that. You're right.
So it frees us up to do other things while they can do mundane tasks, things that we do over and over again. Like we go back in history again, like they used to do in Detroit with the plants and putting the car on with the robotic arm. Same deal. That freed the man up from putting the door on. So now he can do something else. You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's to never.
That's interesting. Because you brought up a valid point. I remember back in the day, I forgot what year this movie came out in, but it was Bicentennial Man. Do you remember that movie?
No, not
You don't remember the movie?
I don't know.
Who's that?
titles.
That was, what was his name? Robin Williams. He played the robot, but he was like a butler. And it started back like years ago with this AI and the robots and things.
Yes.
You don't remember that movie?
No, I don't remember the movie.
I love that movie.
I don't remember the movie.
You remember Megan?
Yeah, I seen the commercial. Just to be honest with you and very candid, that's my thing. That's my livelihood. So when people make, say, like, you can say fun of it, I don't take it. Oh, joyous.
Okay, we're going to right back. Yeah, we'll right back. Yeah. So, hey, we got to pay the bill, so we'll see you right back after this break, and we're going to go ahead and dive into it, okay?
Yes.
We'll see you in a moment. Did you guys enjoy your break? I'm so excited to bring you guys this next segment on my friend here. You see, he keeps looking at me, right? The first segment we did talk about artificial intelligence, which is also known as AI. Now on this segment, we're going to talk about humanoids, robots. Have you guys ever heard of that? I haven't heard about it, but I did do some research because I need to know exactly what I was going, with my guests. So we're going to take the question to him. What is humanoid robots, Dr. Elliott?
Okay, humanoid robot, you will define it as something that's having 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, and a head, resembling human features. So that'd be a humanoid robot, and if you really want to go in detail, the head actually contains a CPU, which is a computer, and it's the brain, so basically. So it resembles everything that a human has, okay?
Interesting. Humanoid robots. What are they used for? Why do we need them?
Well, we can use them for various things. We can use them for, say for instance, if there is a chemical spill, a dangerous chemical spill, the robot can go in and retrieve the chemical, stand the chemical back up, and bring it out, whatever the authorities want him to do with the chemicals. And you won't be putting a human in harm's way.
That makes so much sense. So how long does it take to program?
It depends on what you want to do. You have simple tasks and you have, I guess you could say, complex tasks. It depends on what you want to do. I don't know if you guys have you ever seen something like someone flick a comic book and it shows the picture moving, right? That's the same way with the robot, but we call it a timeline. and we put him on a timeline, and his arm, say for instance, if I want his arm to do like this, I put his arm on a timeline to make a certain movement. And that's all you have to do. But it's not that simple, you guys.
Well, I said that sounds pretty simple because I know me, that's not my expertise, and I know I couldn't do that.
Well, I won't say you can't do it, because I'm an educator, so I really don't say people can't do it. The only thing you really need to know how to do, to be honest with you guys, to be very honest, is have a 4th grade reading level. That's it.
That's it?
That's it. So I don't want you to believe the hoopla of thinking it's difficult. It's not. None of it. So don't believe it.
So how long does it usually take to code, to program?
Like I said,
how long does it take you to do that?
It depends what you want to do.
What you want to do? So that size, does it matter the size they are?
No, it doesn't matter the size. They consider him to be the smallest humanoid robot in the world.
Smallest?
The smallest one. But listen to what I said. He's still a humanoid robot.
Humanoid.
Okay, so the one that's 6 feet tall, the one that you see that was produced by Boston Dynamics that do all the flips and stuff. You guys might have seen that on the commercial, whatever. Do flips. That's the same thing. It just has a little more agility than that one because of the price point. We're talking $3-4 million, okay, for that robot, okay? And the smallest robot, the price point is not really little. You still feel it, $14,000 for him. So, just to let you guys know.
$14,000 for him.
Yes.
That's interesting. So you're gonna let me and my audience know how he works?
Yes.
I'm so excited, y'all.
Right now I have him on autonomous mode. And autonomous mode is, you can say preset or pre-programmed actions or tasks that's already programmed in the computer, okay? When I get the robot does nothing like a baby. A baby doesn't do anything but cry. And that's the same thing this does. It makes a sound and that's it. Okay, so everything that you see him doing is pre-programmed, okay? And we use it to program, the program that I'm using is Python program. So, and I'm gonna try to get him work, you guys. I'm gonna try to get him to work by autonomous because we don't have the Ethernet. So connected, and that makes it very quick to be able to connect to him. So I'm trying to communicate with him without.
Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
Hi. See, he's not doing right, you guys. Hi. Hello. So now he's hearing my voice, you guys, but he's not responding to me. You have anything else you want to?
Oh man, are you gonna respond? I guess not. Are you gonna respond? Uh-oh. He heard my voice?
Yeah, he hears your voice.
Hello?
When his eyes turn pink, that means he sees you.
Oh, so what does the
So when
white
he
mean?
turns blue, when his eyes turn blue, it means he's listening for a response. So just to give you guys, even though we're having difficulty with the robot per se, just to let you guys know that this robot, or any robot, it is programmed, you can say, mostly, just to be frank and transparent, it is scripted. I ask him a question, and he's listening for keywords. Say, for instance, if I say, hello, how you doing, Lakeisha Michelle? He's listening for Michelle. And then he'll respond when he hears the word Michelle. So when you see them on TV and it seems like a person is talking to the robot, in actuality, they're not. They're just saying keywords to program the robot to enter in the database. Just to circle back around when I mentioned before that the car, when I said Lakeisha James, and the car went to it, that does the same thing. It's going to the database and look for the response that I put in.
So keywords and not full sentences.
No, you can do full sentences, but it doesn't make sense. So you can just do keywords.
Short and simple.
Yes.
Less is always more.
Yeah.
I love it. So when we come back from break, we're gonna get a little bit more coding. So thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys are enjoying this segment because we're gonna still work on my little friend here and see if he can say something so you guys can hear. We'll be right back. Hi, we're back. So, during break, we were trying to get our little friend here to talk, right? So we figured that out. So there's something going on with the studio, Wi-Fi network here. So what we're gonna do, so you guys can hear him talk, I'm gonna give it over to Dr. Elliott, and Dr. Elliott is gonna, tell us exactly how we're gonna hear him talk. And his name is Now, for everybody that doesn't know, Now. Dr. Elliott, you ready?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Future. I can't connect to the network.
Well, we're still having issues with him connecting to the network, you guys. I guess we'll just continue on, you guys.
But did you guys hear him? This is really cool. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited. Like, I really wanted to, because he was like talking to us before, he was engaging and everything, and I was just so excited for him to talk to you guys, but at least you guys did get something out of him, right? Okay, great. So this part, we're gonna talk about coding. For all you geeks out there, the CPUs and all that great stuff when it comes to coding, we're gonna learn more about coding, right? So Dr. Elliott,
Yes.
tell us about coding.
Yes, coding, I guess you can say that we are entering into what we've already been there, if you're paying attention, but the majority of the world is not paying attention. So I want you guys to pay attention. We're moving to a digital world. Everything has some type of coding language in it. Everything. Your remote control, your stove, your TV, everything. So it's not like an option of, if you want to be I guess you can say a learned person or a studious person, it's not like you don't need to know the knowledge because you're not going to be a computer scientist. No, you need to know the knowledge because this is going to be part of everything that you touch. So why not know it? Why not? So, and it's several different languages, you guys. And the language that I teach you guys is Python. It's number 5 in the world. Number 5 in the world. So the majority of everything that you have, Siri, Alexis, all those different things are ran by Python coding. So it's up to you guys, It's my pet peeve. I know you guys, my hands. It's my pet peeve. But I want you guys to also know that this is not difficult. Yes, ma'am.
Coding is not difficult.
No, coding is not difficult at all.
So you mentioned that you use Python. What other coding softwares are there?
You can use, when it comes to robotics, you can use C, you can use C++, you can use Java, you can use Python. They have something that's called Math Lab. You can use that also. But I want to tell you guys, all the languages are the same. They're basically the same. You might have a little twist here and there. You might need a comma in this language and not a comma in this language. That's it. And the reason I'm being like that, you guys, the reason I am really telling you, I really want to tell you, is I don't want you to be afraid of this. I don't want you to make the future afraid of this, because it's nothing to be afraid of. We've been doing this here, this technology, for 50 years.
50 years.
And you guys are just now talking about AI. That's just a warning just to let you know how far you are actually behind the 8 ball. So, it's
50 years.
Go ahead, yes
50
ma'am.
years. 50 years.
50 years.
Wow. Interesting. That's interesting. So I know you're like the founder of Reality Tech. Tell us more about Reality Tech.
Reality Tech is a company that I started, say probably about 6 years ago. I started the company about 6 years ago. And the reason I started the company, because I was reading an article in PC Magazine. I was reading an article and it was saying that US students are number 4 in the nation. Number 4 in technology. And I said, wow, because I was very competitive going through college. I was an athlete or whatever, and I ran track, you guys. 4th was never mentioned.
That part.
So that's what ignited me. I was like, now who's going to teach the truth? Who's going to teach the truth about this? Mm-hmm. Who's going to put this out to the kids and not make them wait to 9th grade, freshman year in college, to be introduced to Python when you see the rest of the world is being introduced to Python? Because Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, all these people, all these big wigs that run the industry, they started this at 10. So why not your children?
Why not your children?
That was my take on it. Why not your children? And that's when Reality Tech was formed. I came out to start teaching children from the age range of 9 to 14. I've taught in the last 3 years, if I'm just calculating the last 3 years, I've taught 1,795 students.
Really?
Yes, coding.
Coding. Wow. Number 4. That's
Yes.
amazing. So tell us, Dr. Elliott, how is humanoid robotics, AI, and coding, how do they work together?
They work together because AI is, you can just say it's like an artificial brain. Man-made, artificial brain. That's all it is. So we give it a set of instructions and it follows that instruction. So what AI does, it makes it easier on the user. I'm not talking about the developer, the person who's writing the code. It makes it easy on the user. So now all you have to do, like we tried to have our friend set up, all you have to do is talk to them. Mm-hmm. But the coding has been written already.
Ah, okay.
You understand what I mean? So that's how they intertwine together. So that's all it is. Facial recognition, text to speech.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is AI.
That's amazing. Well, Dr. Elliott, thank you so much for being my guest and your friend now and future. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the second season of Talks with Lakeisha, first season in the studio. Now, we're already working on season 3, so thank you so much for continuing to follow us. And make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're coming back for season 3 really strong. So thank you again so much for tuning in to Talks with Lakeisha. I am your host, Dr. Lakeisha James.